This is Gary Attention with CNTV, and today we're in Florida and New Jersey. I am here with Newfinity Group. Since 2012, they have taken pride in providing great customer service, making sure you get the best support while walking you through the whole mortgage process and ensuring your transactions close smoothly. I am joined by Stephen, Bob, Margo. Thanks, guys, for joining me here today.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
We're going to start with the president. Stephen, you're formally educated with a master's degree in accounting, but found your passion in the mortgage industry. You were born and raised in New Jersey before moving to Florida. In 2012, you formed the Newfinity Group in New Jersey, where you managed the primary office location. Share with me a little bit how having a knack for numbers and a passion for people has really led you into this industry.
I appreciate the question. So, what I found was if you take the accounting experience and being able to look through tax returns, financials of customers, you can really step your game up when it comes to being able to qualify an individual, find different products for them that are outside the parameters of a standard loan, outside the parameters of a standard W-2 borrower. So it has really helped me kind of expand my subset when it comes to client needs.
That is excellent. Bob is the New Jersey branch manager. You attended college and a graduate school in New Jersey. You're a lifelong resident of the Garden State. You have worked in the mortgage industry for nearly 2 decades. Recently, you partnered up with Steve to continue growing the Newfinity Group as the branch manager. You really have kind of become an expert in the industry since the early 2000s. Why did Newfinity seem to be a good fit for you?
Why Newfinity felt it was a good fit for me was Steve and I were doing business offline for several years before that and stuff, and we kind of noticed we had synergies. We knew how to price loans together, using similar products, using similar banks and stuff. So that synergy that we had we're doing it for about maybe 5 years before that, but during that time, this was when the rates were extremely low and stuff. We never had an opportunity to actually say we always wanted to combine forces and combine our teams together so we knew we'd be able to take it to the next level. And then about a couple of years back, as soon as interest rates started to spike up, we finally had a little bit of time. Our pipelines became a little bit smaller. So at that point in time, we thought it was a perfect opportunity. Now we have a little bit more time to go ahead and partner together, and the rest has been history. It's been a great experience so far, and we're looking forward to even growing it further.
A few years ago, quite a few of us regrouped, and you guys have gone on to something better, it seems like. And last but not least, we have Margo Wilson, who is the Executive Managing Director, formerly educated with a bachelor's degree in mass communications from Norfolk State University. As a multifaceted mortgage guru with really 2 decades of vast experience, you joined forces with Newfinity to really kind of breathe life into their operations. With a friendly face and a gift of intelligent gab, why has finance and money matters always been your favorite topic?
I went to school to be Oprah's replacement when she retired. So going into this mortgage industry was so foreign to me. I knew nothing about the mortgage industry. I didn't know the difference between a note and a 1003. But I had an opportunity, and I took advantage of that opportunity. And I don't know, it just was like, wow, this is me. I turned into a savant, an underwriting savant, a mortgage savant. I know all things mortgage. I did a radio show for about 6 years where I was the first lady of finance. And people from all over the world, and I literally mean all over the world, would call me asking me questions about mortgages and how can they buy a house? How can they be, a first-time home buyer when they have nothing, no credit? And guess what? I help them. So ever since, way back, going back 20 years and entering into this business, I have grown, I've matured, and I feel like I've just spread my wings and I'm flying. I am so excited about joining forces with Bob and Steve, and like you said, breathe life into their operations to make it something fabulous.
I can definitely see the extra life you add to the company here. Steve, really you are all in the business of empowering people. From first-time home buyers to refinance and everything in between. Is it safe to say that not everyone's needs are the same? Do you have many products to meet the needs of their clients based on where they're at in their life?
Yeah, absolutely. The thing that most brokers find themselves doing is they stick to one, maybe two lenders. They're very cookie cutter. And what we found is that we have developed a partnership with over 30 to 40 lenders. This gives us a niche to allow borrowers that have different needs to place them where each lender specifically wants to be. What you find is that not every borrower, and like you said, every borrower has a different need. Two borrowers could be working at the same company and have completely different profiles. So just because somebody is an income driven from one type, it doesn't necessarily mean it's the same deal that's going to close the same way. So having different outlets like we have has allowed us to really kind of push the envelope in being able to place more borrowers into homes.
Definitely not one size fits all. Bob, let's first begin with those who are purchasing a home. Is it still the American dream to own a home? And do you enjoy assisting those first-time home buyers on that exciting journey?
Absolutely. I think it is every American's dream to own a home. So I enjoy that immensely and stuff, to have the opportunity to help a homeowner with their biggest, or the prospective homeowner with their biggest financial decision. I feel so blessed and so privileged. They're actually entrusting me with their most sensitive financial documents, stuff, and putting their trust into me in order to help them get a home. So it's such a rewarding experience to be able to do that, because I sleep at night every night going thinking that, hey, you know what? I just put a brand new family into a home, and it makes me feel so wonderful.
Stephen, whether you're buying your first home or you're an experienced buyer, can you help clients choose the right loan? And because you work with multiple lenders, like you say, can you offer some pretty competitive pricing that maybe others cannot?
If you want to take examples and look at two different scenarios, I'll give you a very good one right now. So we work with not only nationwide lenders, but we also work with portfolio lenders in certain markets. So right now, for a second home or an investment property, the interest rates are much higher than a primary home buyer. So if you go to, let's say, a portfolio lender that we work with, we don't have the certain pricing hits that nationwide lenders have on those products. So we could get, through our channels, certain buyers that might be a savvier investment buyer. We can get them rates that are going to be comparable to a new home buyer's product. So these are different niches that we run through.
I mean, Bob, so with Newfinity, you can do all your comparison shopping with one company without wasting time with several banks or brokers. Does this streamline the process and really kind of make it easier for the consumer?
Absolutely. That's something which I say to all my buyers and stuff. We do the shopping for you. So in terms of instead of this process is something which I tell all my clients, hey, listen, your focus is to go ahead and make money or do whatever you're doing. Do your day job. Allow me to do mine. So I will do that shopping on your behalf. And through our wholesale lending relationships and the volume of business we drive for these lenders, that's one of the reasons Steve and I, again, combined forces, was to get that preferred pricing, because we do volume-based business now. That volume-based discounts that we get for ourselves, we then pass along to our clients and stuff. So yeah, that shopping that we could do, which I'll tell a client like, listen, it may take you 3 days to go shop around with 20 different banks. I'll do it in 3 minutes for you.
That is excellent. Great time saver. Margo, those who are buying a home and they have many questions. How much house can I afford? How much do I pre-qualify for? I mean, am I even ready to buy a home? Is your team able to answer these questions? And do you really enjoy getting to know your client?
Absolutely. All of us at the Newfinity Group, we're all people, right? We enjoy interacting with the clients and being able to educate them, right? We never want someone to purchase more house than they can afford. We don't want anyone being house poor, right? So we make sure that they're well qualified, but they understand what they're getting into. Purchasing a home is huge, right? It's a large purchase, and we don't want folks to regret purchasing the property, right? Saying 2 years, they're like, oh my God, why did I do this, right? Buyer's remorse. We never want that. So our goal is to make sure that our borrowers are educated, they understand the process, they understand what they're getting into, but we smile every step of the way.
You're right, Margo. A home is a huge investment. Stephen, be it a fixed rate, adjustable, FHA, VA, even a zero closing cost loan, your team has decades of combined experience. I imagine experience matters when purchasing probably the largest investment most of us will ever make in our lifetime.
Absolutely. And many people, probably 90% of the market focuses on, let's say, a 30-year fixed rate. And it's up to us to kind of help educate them that that might not be the best product, because I don't know if you know, statistically, 90% of the market looks for a 30-year fixed, where 10% of the market actually needs a 30-year fixed, because 90% of the market refinances or sells their home within the first 10 years. So these are things that we help educate and we help them understand, because they don't know that. They've always been told you need a fixed rate. We don't like to push people into arms if they're not comfortable with it, but if they understand the product, it's a great product for them, and it could help fill their needs much better than a fixed rate many times.
That is excellent. So the 30-year mortgage is not your default answer, and just push them through the door. Bob, in a perfect world, we all have perfect credit. But that is not usually reality. For those who are not grade A paper or who do not even have good credit, is this an area where your team can help?
It's an area where our team can excel, actually. We have, given we have our multiple lending relationships, we have we'll have lenders that will go down to a 550 credit score. Where many folks out there in the normal world, if you Google it, they'll say, oh no, you need at least a 620 credit score, 680, 700, otherwise don't even bother applying. We're not in that situation. We will welcome a borrower with that lower credit score. We have several different options, and it's an area which we actually excel at too.
Bob, let me ask you this. Obviously, this is a company that has grown quite a bit in the last few years. You continue to grow. If you have some professionals out there that basically would like to join your team, is that a possibility?
Yes, that is definitely a possibility. In this time right now where most mortgage companies are contracting, we're actually going the other way. We're looking to aggressively grow, and we're looking to partner and bring on board experienced, savvy loan officers that have been in this game for a while and stuff, because a lot of mortgage companies are closing down shop. They're letting folks go. We're looking at that as an opportunity to bring on these folks on board with us. The reason being that, one, we have our processing side is extremely strong, extremely talented on that side. We have very aggressive compensation plans, and we give our loan officers autonomy in terms of they can price how they want to price, and if it makes sense for them, it's going to make sense for the company.
That is great. Margo, buying a home offers many advantages. One of the biggest, it allows us to build equity. As a nonprofit founder, a past radio personality who loves to share knowledge, is helping others by securing a home investment. Is this kind of your way of giving back?
In some ways, yes. Being able to educate those first-time home buyers, even if they don't say, I'm going to do my mortgage with you, if they're able to walk away with some level of knowledge, and maybe they go to another lender down the street, they don't get taken advantage of because of the information and the knowledge that I gave them, right? I want to help people understand this process, understand what it is that they're doing, and know that, when they go into this, it's a great experience, and you want to enjoy the experience, and you want to look back and say, wow, that wasn't so bad, right? And I love the fact that people come to me and say, Margo, remember 20 years ago when I bought my first property, you helped me? Yes. So is it a way of giving back? Absolutely.
That is a great story. Stephen, you have built this company out in several states based on referrals, really only. With over 15 years in the mortgage business, you have helped thousands of satisfied customers achieve home ownership. Does this continue to be satisfying work for you?
I find I enjoy more working with a referral borrower than any other borrower, because you know that borrower was brought to you from a past experience, and that past experience goes for many years, whether it's family or friends, whether it's a coworker of a past client. Either way, knowing that person was referred to you from somebody else that had a good experience tells you a lot about how you're getting the deal and how you're going to move forward with it.
I've always said you're only as good as our last transaction, and that's where those referrals come from. Bob, you have helped over 10,000 clients. You specialize in residential lending and you've become an expert in underwriting guidelines. I mean, this has allowed you to get the most challenging deals done for your clients. Do you still enjoy the challenge that this kind of work provides?
Yes, definitely and stuff. In this game, which I've kind of noticed, one of the most successful loan officers are the ones that know these guidelines. So that's how we pride ourselves on consistently being ahead of that curve, because these guidelines are changing constantly. Knowing them, learning them, and being able to communicate them effectively to our clients, that allows us to put them in the best products going forward.
Excellent. Stephen, before we let you go, not all clients you help are buying a home. What about those who want to refinance or maybe pull out some equity from their existing home? Is this an area your team can help as well?
Sure, absolutely. We have multiple different products, whether it's a standard cash out refinance. Right now, home equity loans are in a big movement because a lot of people are locked in at a much lower rate, right? You could have a first mortgage at a 3% rate. Right now, rates are double that, if you want to call it, and a good way to pull out money and can even go up to 95% of the value is to use a home equity loan. So there's multiple avenues and outlets. It's just what fits the needs of the client.
Stephen, you're licensed in over a half a dozen states. You continue to grow this on a referral business where really the lion's share is purchase volume. You have partnered with nearly 50 lenders. Is the mortgage process made easy simply the secret to your success?
Well, the mortgage process is made easy because we make it easy. We're the ones that scrub the files before they go into the underwriting team. And if you take what we do, on the back end, it's a lot of work, but on the front end, it seems like it's a very streamlined process. And that's what our goal is. Our goal is to really make the borrower feel like they didn't have to do much to get the loan from start to finish.
That is excellent. Viewers, let's take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is their website. On the website, you can see all the products that they offer. They have helped customers who are credit challenged to self-employed borrowers who must qualify using only their assets or even bank statements. They offer really a diverse product lineup. And basically, they're not looking for the quick 30-year default answer. They're going to customize this plan for you. They're going to do work on the front end, the back end, making sure this is an easy process. It's really as easy as clicking the Request a Quote button right there on their website to get you started. Once again, that is Newfinity Group since 2012. Your mortgage process made easy. This is Gary Atensa with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know.